Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. Welcome to our third day of our Bhagavad Gita classes. Yes, let us start our session with Mangalacharan. Yes. Welcome to Wisdom of Women Gita classes. Yeah, let us do Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroh Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमा ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन जी की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जय, जगत गुरु पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
दंडवत प्रणाम। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम। हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम। Could you please turn on your videos if possible? Yeah. Yes. Who all can turn on your videos? Yeah. Thank you so much. Fine. So today we are going to discuss about the third chapter in the Bhagavad Gita. Before that, let us do a quick recap of the second chapter. Okay. Can anyone tell me the name of the second chapter?
Yes.
Yeah. I cannot hear you. Yeah, I can hear you in a very low voice. Contents of the Gita summarized. Thank you. And what was the acronym that we discussed yesterday?
Gita.
गीता।
Correct. G stands for
Guru.
Guru. I
आइडेंटिटी।
identity. T
Two
Two
dharmas.
dharmas.
What are the two dharmas?
Swadharma
Swadharma,
and
Sanatana
Dharma,
Dharma.
Sanatan Dharma.
What is our identity?
Soul.
We are
Yeah,
soul.
we are souls. Yes. And A?
Ananda.
Ananda, higher taste.
Yes, Ananda, the higher taste. Correct. Yeah. So I have posted some questions in the group, and many of you have already answered all these questions. I have also given the set of right answers in the group. So thank you so much for participating in the quiz eagerly. Yes. Any questions on the second chapter before we move on to the third chapter? So far, so good.
Good Mataji.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mataji,
Yeah.
just one thing. The story which you told yesterday, King's story.
Yeah.
So, as an individual, we are lost like that only, no, in the real
Yes.
life.
Yes. The king is none other than us.
Yeah, and we are so devoted and so dedicated to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
sadhu, the person who came in the life of the king, the sadhu, is none other than the acharyas, the gurus, who are trying to give us this knowledge. But we are also like that adamant king. We are saying, no, I don't want to listen to it. You tell me something else, I'll do that, but I don't want to take this knowledge. But uh, unfortunately, the king had realized it at the end of his life. But fortunately, we have got this opportunity to know where are we going wrong, and we all have the opportunity in our hands to correct our lives so that we don't end up living a life like that king. Yes. So, mm, getting the right knowledge is also a very fortunate thing. So we are really, that's what I said when on the very first day, right? Getting the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita in one's life is the rarest of the rarest. Not everyone would be able to listen to this knowledge. It needs a lot of mercy. The Guru Parampara mercy on each one of us to know about this knowledge. Because once we start pondering on this knowledge, as I said, once we identify about our identity and we want to or we start living on that front, automatically the purpose of our life would be solved. So many lifetimes we have been living in many species anyways. All these details I'll cover in the further sessions, but still I just want to tell you. So we have taken many multiple lifetimes, and we are almost living a similar life. So maybe in earlier lifetime, we might have taken our life as a man, or in another lifetime, we might have taken our life as a dog, or in another lifetime, we might have taken our life as an ant. But this time, we are taking our life as a woman. But the rarest thing of the human life is human life or a human species has been awarded with a higher intelligence. So unfortunately, we are using that higher intelligence to enjoy more and more. But the higher intelligence awarded to a human being is not for enjoyment, but to actually get enlightened and to understand the purpose of his life and to get out of this cycle of birth and death. That is the purpose of the intelligence being awarded to a human being, right? This knowledge is been, that's what I said, Bhagavad Gita is a jewel. So this is once a jewel from Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise we would end up living the same life again and again multiple times. So yeah, going forward, we'll see many more details. But since you have asked that question, I'm happy that the reason for you coming up with this question is uh, you had definitely pondered on the story and you were relating that story to yourself. So that's a very nice thing. Applying the knowledge that we have taken into one's life is a very great thing. Thank you so much, Divya Mataji, for that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, let us start our session, day 3. Yeah, 1 second. Let me share the screen. Yeah, our chapter 3, the name of this chapter is Karma Yoga. Okay. As usual, again, today's session is also dedicated to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yeah, the acronym that is given for this chapter is TREE. T-R-E-E. T stands for Tyaga, that is renunciation. So 1 to 9 shlokas deal with that. R is for regulated activities, 10 to 16 shlokas. E is exemplary, 17 to 35. And the other E is enemy, the lust, 36 to 43 shlokas. So there are a total of 43 shlokas in this chapter. And this is a bifurcation, like first 9 shlokas deal with Tyaga, 10 to 16 regulated activities, 17 to 35 exemplary, and 36 to 43 enemy, the lust. Okay. Yeah, so we are going to discuss the same thing. So the first one is renunciation. So what is this renunciation? Is it good to take renunciation? And if it is good, can we take it? Or if it is bad, why it is bad? So we'll discuss all of that in today's session. And the other second point is regulated activities. So what are we supposed to do? What are we not supposed to do? So what is the right way of living? All those details we cover in the regulated activities. The third section is exemplary life. How can we lead an exemplary life? So who should be our role model? How can we be a role model? All these details we can cover in third section of today's class. And the fourth section leads with the enemy. Who is that enemy? It is the lust here. Why is the lust the enemy, and how are we being affected by this enemy lust? Okay, these are the four sections that we are going to discuss in today's session. Yes. So, as I said yesterday, uh, when Arjuna surrendered to Krishna, Krishna started giving the entire knowledge of Bhagavad Gita in almost 72 shlokas. There were 72 shlokas in the second chapter. So it was, as I said, it was one of the biggest chapters. Second and 18th chapters are the biggest chapters. In 18th chapter, we have 78 shlokas, and in the second chapter, we have 72 shlokas. So Krishna started giving all the knowledge to Arjuna. So automatically, when somebody tries to give a lot of information to us, we usually get confused, isn't it?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji.
Same thing happened with Arjuna also.
Okay.
So the third chapter starts with Arjuna's question. So yesterday we said a few points about surrender. Surrender as in we should be, what is the first key to surrender? We discussed yesterday.
Faith and humility.
Mm,
Faith
no.
and humility.
Inquisitive
What is
learning.
that?
Yeah,
Being-
inquisitive to learn. So
Yeah.
one should be inquisitive to learn the things. So Krishna had said all these things, but Arjuna had got a question. So Arjuna is expressing his inquisitiveness so that he can express his question and get his questions clarified. So this is the inquisitiveness that one should have in receiving the divine knowledge. This quality every one of us should possess, because we are receiving the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, right? So we should always be, we should not be hesitant in expressing our questions or doubts related to the knowledge that we are receiving. So Arjuna also had the similar quality, and asking our questions and getting them clarified is the right way to receive this knowledge. But we have to ask the questions in a humble mood, not in a challenging attitude. Okay. Yeah. Let us see what is Arjuna's question. It is 3.1 shloka, the first shloka of the third chapter. Arjuna uvacha jyayasi chet karmanaste matha buddhir janardhana tat kim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava. Arjuna said, O Janardana, O Keshava, why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare if you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work? So Arjuna is asking this question. Basically, why is Arjuna asking this question is, so yesterday we discussed about two dharmas. So Swadharma and Sanatana Dharma, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji. Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji.
So um, after listening to the complete conversation in the second chapter, Arjuna got this question. So Krishna, you told me yesterday that Sanatana Dharma is the highest, and we are souls. So doing our duties on the soul level, that is Sanatana Dharma, is the highest thing, right? So why do you want me to engage in this ghastly warfare? Why do you encourage me to participate in the war? I just want to leave everything and I just want to do only just my Sanatana Dharma. Like I leave everything. I'll just leave the participating in the war, fighting in the war, and I'll just live a simple life, leaving everything. So this is the Arjuna's confusion. So let us see what Krishna is going to say. Of course, Krishna had said that. Did we discuss anywhere yesterday that we have to leave Swadharma and only do Sanatana Dharma yesterday?
No.
No.
No, no, right? So Swadharma and Sanatana Dharma both are the duties of a person. So till now we are just doing Swadharma. So we have to add Sanatana Dharma to our life to make a better version of ourselves, isn't it? But Arjuna got a confusion. So Swadharma, Arjuna's Swadharma is he is a warrior, he is a Kshatriya. So he has to fight against adharma, right? So he has to make sure that dharma is in place. But after the complete discussion, Arjuna got confused. Why do you want me to do this warfare? This is, so you're saying Sanatana Dharma is the highest, right? Why do you want me to engage in this warfare, in this battle? Let us see what Krishna is saying. So Krishna answers to this question. So Krishna is saying Sankhya Yoga, self-realization or renunciation with knowledge, or Karma Yoga or Buddhi Yoga, doing work with knowledge. So basically, Arjuna, both the options that you said are correct. What are both the options? The first option is renouncing everything and leaving, just renouncing all our duties and living a life of bhakti is also good. Doing activities, doing all your work with right knowledge is also good. So Arjuna's question is, do I have to renounce or do I have to fight in the battle? So Krishna is saying both options are good, but for you right at this moment, renouncing your activity is not good. But in my view, Krishna is saying, for you, performing the activity with the right knowledge is the best course of action for you right at this moment. Ideally, both are right options, but for you in general, instead of renouncing the work, you better do the work with knowledge. As in, perform the battle, fight in the battle with right knowledge. That is the best course of action for you. Krishna is saying this. Let us see why Krishna is saying this. Yeah. In renunciation, basically, there are two types. The first type of renunciation is false renunciation, and the other type, the second type of renunciation is real renunciation. So you see these two images. The person here who is sitting in the top image, he has also renounced everything. He is also trying to leave everything. I mean, he has left all his family life. He renounced everything. But you know what is happening? What is been going on in his mind? You see the image, and you can tell me.
He's thinking about the food.
Yeah. So he's thinking about different varieties of food.
Varieties
What is
of
going to
food.
be, yeah, what is going to be my lunch or what is going to be my dinner for today. So he is thinking about the items, the food items. So this is an indication of false renunciation. Basically, renunciation is not just leaving our duties physically, but we should have the capacity to withdraw our senses, our mind from the worldly things. Is it clear? So renunciation
Yes.
is not merely about not doing activities, stopping all the activities. No, that is not renunciation. Renunciation means you have to be free in your mind. You have to have the control over mind. You have to have the control over your senses. That is the most important aspect of renunciation. If somebody says that I want to renounce the world, but his mind is still engaging in the worldly activities, can we call that person as a real renunciant?
No.
No, definitely no. Yes. So renunciation is not about stopping the physical activity. Stopping the physical activity is one aspect of renunciation, but it is not all about stopping the activity. Our mind should be in control, and we should not be thinking of the material activities. So this is one type of renunciation, false renunciation. Basically, today in the current age in Kali Yuga, you see many people who are wearing a saffron dress, we usually give lot of respect to them, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, but not all people are actually right renunciants. Until one goes through the right sadhana process, right way of controlling the mind, if they renounce the things earlier without going through this process of sadhana, then what happens is they would get disturbed by the influence of the mind, and they would also be a disturbance to the society, because the thought process of enjoying the worldly things is still going on in their mind. So they would not be able to withdraw from acting on the thought process. Is it clear, or is it very technical?
Yes, easy.
It is easy. Yeah, can others also please say, is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So basically, we have to have control on our mind. If we just renounce everything without getting this control on our mind, then what happens is we become a disturbance to the society. Because if he gets the desire to enjoy worldly things, a false renunciant, what does he do? He does all the activities in incognito way, right? Isn't it? He gets a desire, he cannot stop. I mean, he don't have the strength to tolerate that urge, to stop that urge. Then what happens? He acts on that desire, but not openly, but he does it in a mischievous way, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, that is correct. So most of the people who are taking to the path of renunciation, especially in this age of Kali Yuga, they mostly fall under this category. Because until and unless we don't have the control over our mind, we would not be able to renounce the things. That is extremely difficult. Okay. And the real renunciation is the second type of renunciation, where you got the complete control of the mind, and then you can take the process of renunciation. So basically, that's why Krishna was saying renunciation is also good, provided if you have the capability to take to the path of real renunciation, wherein you have got the stability of the mind, and you can actually lead a proper life as a renunciate, then you can take the path of renunciation. But the problem with this renunciation is, if your mind is not controlled, then you may fall prey to your own mind, and hence you will become a false renunciant, and you will cause disturbance to the society. So that's why Krishna is saying better than renunciation is you better do your activity with right knowledge. Is it clear why Krishna is giving this answer to Arjuna? Yes, no?
Yes,
Yes, Mataji.
That's why most of the false notion that we have around Bhagavad Gita is, when people start reading Bhagavad Gita, they leave everything. They leave the family, they leave their responsibilities, and they take to renunciation. So they become sannyasis and they leave everything. They don't take care of the family. So this is what the false notion around Bhagavad Gita, isn't it? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I'm her, Mataji.
Yeah, you have heard about it. Yes. So we can see directly in the third chapter, very starting chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is directly opposing renunciation. You see? So it is all the false notions. People don't read Bhagavad Gita in the right way, and they make false assumptions on the Bhagavad Gita that by reading Bhagavad Gita, you leave everything. No. By reading Bhagavad Gita, we do everything with proper knowledge, proper mindset. So we become better. Actually, if we are a person in the society, we become a better person in the society by reading Bhagavad Gita. But the false notion is, you people, you will leave everything and you will just go and mix with sannyasis. That's the reason you're not supposed to read Bhagavad Gita. Is a false notion. But Krishna is right away stopping Arjuna. You don't take to the path of renunciation. You are a family man, you are a Kshatriya. You better take to the path of action, but do your action with right knowledge. So this is the path that Krishna is suggesting Arjuna, and through Arjuna, Krishna is suggesting to all of us. Yes? Yeah. So then Arjuna is asking the question, okay, Krishna, you are saying renunciation, there is this path of danger, like I may fall prey to my mind. So you are saying me to take to the path of action. But what if I get bound by the reactions of the work, right? So you are telling me to engage in this war. So I'm going to kill lot of people in the war, and it would incur lot of sin on me. So I have to face the consequences of this sin, right? So how can I free myself from this from these consequences? Naturally, we get this question, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. My daughter is right here. Sorry. Okay. So Krishna is saying to, sorry, Arjuna is asking
Arjuna is
question
asking.
to Krishna. So what if I get the bondage? What if I have to face the reactions of the work? So then Krishna is saying how to perform the work with right knowledge. Let us see what Krishna is saying to this question of Arjuna. Yeah, this one earlier we discussed, right? False renunciation.
Yes.
You see, this person, she is
Thinking
like
about.
a renunciant, but you see how many things are going on in her mind. Need more coffee. She wants more coffee. Am I being mindful? Am I being in present moment? Is this peace? What I'm experiencing is this peace? So where is my phone? Where did I keep it? I'm still hungry. I want more. Maybe later. So many things are going on in the mind. So this type of renunciation is actually a false renunciation, Palgu Vairagya. So this is like a pretender, like we are something inside and we are exposing ourselves as different outside. So this is like pretending. So this causes disturbance to the society, whereas real renunciation is यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. So here Krishna is saying the answer to Arjuna's question. So you are supposed to work, Arjuna, but how you have to work? You have to work for the satisfaction of Vishnu. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. If you don't work for the satisfaction of Vishnu, then you will end up in the loop of the bondage of your work. But if you can do your work for the satisfaction, for the pleasure of Vishnu, then you will not be given the reactions of your work. You would be free from the bondage of your work. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way, you will always remain free from bondage. So, what is Krishna saying? You don't leave your work, Arjuna. You do your work, but do your work for the satisfaction of Vishnu. That is the ideal way of doing our work. So, you see this here. Bhagavad Gita is not about leaving, it is about living. Yeah. So earlier we discussed, right? We don't leave anything by reading Bhagavad Gita, but we start living in the right way, right perspective. That is the result of listening to Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Yeah. Let us see what does Krishna mean by working for the satisfaction of Vishnu. Okay. Is it clear so far, or is it very technical, very fast?
No, Mataji, it's very clear.
Yes,
Mataji,
Mataji.
it's
It is
clear.
clear, Mataji.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Yeah. So T, Tyaga is completed. Now we are going to the second letter. It is regulated activity. So we'll see what Krishna is saying here. यज्ञशिष्टाशिनः सन्तो मुच्यन्ते सर्वकिल्बिषैः भुञ्जते भुञ्जते ते त्वाघं पापा ये पचन्त्यात्मकारणात्. The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is first offered for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin. So basically, Krishna is giving a very big instruction here. So the devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is first offered for sacrifice. So devotees, usually what we do, if we want to eat something, we'll prepare that item, we'll cook that food and we'll eat. But what happens is, when we are actually cooking our food, knowingly or unknowingly, we incur a lot of sin. Like when we boil the milk, why do we boil the milk? We can directly consume the milk as it is, right? But why do we boil the milk?
To preserve it for a long time.
Okay.
To kill the
To kill the bacteria.
harmful things in the
To kill
milk.
the bacteria. That's correct. So basically, when we are cooking, even though we are cooking with utmost care, but still there are many lives which are going to be killed while the cooking process. Also, there is a slight violence also happens when we are actually growing the crops, right? So we use some,
Chemicals,
if there are any insects there or any weeds that are
pesticides,
growing there, we use some pesticides to kill them, right? So
insecticides.
knowingly or unknowingly, we incur sin. So when we just get all the items and we cook for ourselves and we eat the food, we get that sin basically. So as a devotee, or if you want to live a sin-free life, the best way that Krishna is suggesting is you cook the food and offer that food to me, and then you take the remnants as a prasad. So that becomes the mercy of the Lord. Okay, so the devotees of the Lord, they become free from the sin because they offer the food first to the sacrifice, first to Lord Krishna, Vishnu, and then they accept that food, and that way they will become free from the sin. Okay, otherwise we end up taking the sins. So let us see what is Krishna is saying further. Yeah, this is yajna cycle. So we are actually dependent on this cycle. Let us see what is this yajna cycle, and are we following this yajna cycle? If we are following, then well and good. If we are not following, let us see what happens if we don't follow. Okay. You see, when we are created here, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, had given all the scriptures with all the knowledge on how to live. So there are 4 Vedas, 18 Puranas, 108 Upanishads, and many Itihasas like Ramayana, Mahabharata. So all these scriptures were given to us with a reason or with a motive that we have to read them and we have to know how we should live. So if we read those scriptures properly under the guidance of a guru, bona fide guru, then we understand what is our duty. What are we supposed to do? What is our duty? Then by reading scriptures, we get to know what is our duty, we perform the duty, and we get the results from doing our duty. Then what are we supposed to do? We have to offer our results to the Vishnu in the form of this sacrifice, fire sacrifice. Okay, so in earlier days, if you might have watched any movies, the old movies, you see kings were performing this sacrifices, isn't it? Fire sacrifices, yagnas. They would do yagnas, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So this is the one, the sacrifice. So when they get the field for the first time, they would offer everything, the whatever they get, they would offer the part of it in the sacrifice. They would please the demigods. When the demigods are pleased, then what happens is we get the rains on time. So whatever the climatic conditions that are supposed to be in that time, that climatic conditions would be awarded by the demigods. So if we want to have proper rains in the rainy season, then there would be an in charge for that. There would be a demigod who is in charge for that, and we have to please that demigod to get rains abundantly in the rainy season, right? If we want to have proper winds, proper climate, then we have to please those demigods to have that climatic conditions. So only if we have proper climatic conditions, then only we'll have proper cultivation, right? Isn't it?
Yes,
Proper
Mataji.
yield.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Yeah, we get the right yield.
yield.
Yeah, we get the right yield. So once we get the grains, then what we do? We take those grains which we
And
have
offer.
obtained in a dharmic, authentic way. See, because we have followed what is given in the scriptures, and we have lived our life according to scriptures, and whatever the benefit that we have got from performing our duty, we are offering it to the demigods, and by the blessings of the demigods, we get the proper climatic conditions, and then we get the right yield at the right time, and by consuming that yield, we will be inclined to devotional service automatically, because this is the yajna cycle that Krishna or Lord Vishnu had given us. Okay, so you may ask the question, Mataji, we are living in the age of Kali Yuga. Today, nowadays, we are not performing this yajna, isn't it? Are we performing yajnas anytime?
No, Mataji.
No. So that's why you see there is a lot of disturbance in the society. First thing is we are not following scriptures. The very first step, we are failing. So the second step, we are not knowing what to do. What is our duty? So there also we are going in a wrong direction. The third step, we are not offering as a gratitude to the demigods, we are not offering anything. Also, basically sacrifice means even though we are offering it to the demigods, the prime person, when we are actually doing Agnihotra yagnas, the prime person where we are, when we are doing that yagna, who are going to get satisfied is Lord Vishnu. The Yagna Kunda, where we offer all the ahuti, so that kunda represents the mouth of Lord Vishnu. Okay, so that's why when we perform yagnas, we are pleasing Lord Vishnu and all the demigods, and hence the climate would be very proper and very appropriate for the right production of food. But today, but in the current generation, we are not performing any sacrifices, and hence we see there is a lot of climatic disturbances, isn't it? When the crop is when we are about to get the crop, there would be a heavy abundant rain and the farmers are losing the complete crop. Yes or no? These days we
Yeah,
are seeing this, right?
yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji.
All this is because we are not following this yagna cycle properly. And moreover, since we are not following this yagna, we are not pleasing Lord Vishnu through the form of sacrifice. So there is disturbance in the climate and we are not getting the right crop. And if we are consuming that food, then what is happening is we are not getting inclined to do bhakti. So this is the fault that is happening in the current system. Okay, so what we have to do? We cannot perform this yagna cycle, right? Like we cannot perform yagnas, like literally doing fire sacrifice. Moreover, if we want to do the fire sacrifice also, we need to have authentic brahmanas who can recite the Vedic hymns with proper pronunciation, isn't it? We are not supposed to
Yes,
recite the Vedic hymns in like it is not correct if we can recite the Vedic hymns in any way. It should have a proper pronunciation. Only then the mantras would have their effect, right?
yes.
And
They
also
should
the
be very rhythmic also,
yeah, correct.
Mataji.
Yes. And also the place where we are performing this yagna should be very pure. And the material, the items that we are offering in the yagna also should be very pure. So all this purity is lacking in the current society. So then how can we solve this problem? Krishna says, Yagnanam Japa Yagnosmi in Bhagavad Gita. So, of all the yagnas, I am the Japa Yagna. So, the best yagna that we can do in Kali Yuga is Japa Yagna. What is this Japa Yagna? That is chanting the holy names of the Lord. If we are chanting the holy names of the Lord, then automatically we are following this yagna cycle. Yes, and also whatever the food that we are taking, let us start offering it to Vishnu and then take the remnants of the food that is being offered to Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. That ways we become the followers of this yagna cycle. Okay, one time what happened, there was a place where there it is like almost there were no rains for many months, and it was the situation of almost a drought. Okay, so a few of the people in that place, they have approached the devotees of ISKCON and they asked the devotees, so you people say that by performing Japa Yajna, the Lord would be satisfied and we would have abundant supply of rains or whatever is needed for us now. So they would award us, right? So you people say that, right? Can you perform Japa Yajna for our sake? Then the devotees have done this Japa Yajna for some 2 to 3 days continuously. Then within very few days, there was an abundant rain in that area and all their problems were solved. So basically, we may not have the all the conveniences, all the luxury, and all the support to do the fire sacrifices. But Krishna had, made this process very simple, and he had given a very easy and convenient way for each one of us to follow. That is, simply chant the holy names of the Lord. So we can just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So these holy names, by chanting these holy names, we become the performer of this yajna cycle, and we whatever we eat will be sanctified, and we can become free from the sin. So Arjuna's question was, how can I become free from the sin? Krishna was saying, you do your duty as a sacrifice for Vishnu. Arjuna's duty was, he was a Kshatriya, he has to fight in the war. So what was Krishna saying? You do your duty, you fight, but you do it not for your sake, you do it for my sake. That way you will be free from the bondage of your work. Is it clear?
Yes, Mataji.
Similarly, we all also have to do our duty. So we have to offer the remnants, either in the form of our money, either in the form of our time, either in the form of our energy to Lord Krishna. Yes, that way we are offering whatever. See, we cannot live uh, without the support of demigods, right? We cannot live without the support of Pitrus. We cannot live without the support of other living beings. So we are actually indebted to many people around. So it is our duty as a human, it is our duty to show gratitude to them. But in Kali Yuga, it is not possible to show gratitude to each and every one of them. Hence, if we can show gratitude to Krishna, then everyone would be satisfied. Okay? So, Yasmin tuste Jagat tuste. It means when Krishna or Lord Vishnu is satisfied, the complete world, everyone around would be satisfied. Okay? Fine. Yes, the next letter is E, exemplary. So here Krishna is saying another instruction. Let us see. Yat yat acharati shrestras tattadevetaro janah sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanuvartate. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow, and whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. So Arjuna, you are saying you want to leave the battlefield and you want to live as a renunciant, but you can live like that. But what is happening is there are many people who are going to follow you. So you are actually setting a wrong example. So what are you setting here? So as a warrior, you are supposed to fight the war. But here you are showing that if you have to fight with your relatives, with your family, then you don't need to fight the war. You can leave your dharma, you can leave your duty, and you can happily live like that. This is the example that you are setting. Is this the right example to set for the society?
No, Mataji.
No.
Mataji.
No. As a king, as a Kshatriya, as a warrior, he has to set the right example. Be it family, be it friends, be it relatives, whatever the case may be, he has to stick to his duty. He has to fight for the dharma, for the right cause. So if you now leave the battlefield, then all the people who are following you, who are taking you as a role model, they would get misled, right? So similarly in our life also, problem is we are taking the wrong people as role models in our life, isn't it? Generally, who will be our role models?
Parents.
Okay, parents is good enough. Then
Heroes.
heroes, correct. Yeah. Sports stars, movie stars, celebrities. Many people would have, lot of
Role
fan
model.
following. Yeah, yeah. So they would almost die for them. So that is the kind of attraction, or that is the kind of uh, I don't say that as love, but that's how they are taking
Following.
them as their following.
Following.
Yeah, that is the kind of
Mm.
following they have. So, but we don't know what they are living off screen. On screen, we are seeing they might be acting in a very genuine, authentic, humble way, but off screen, what is their life? What are they doing? Are they really taking care of their Sanatana Dharma and all? We don't know. But unfortunately, the youth of the current age, they are taking the wrong people as their role models, and they are also getting distracted. And also, we are also the role models for few people in our life. Can you guess uh, who are taking us as their inspiration?
No, Mataji.
Our children, basically.
Our
Okay.
children.
Yeah, our
Mm.
children. So most of the times we want to be our children in a very good and a proper behavior. So many times people reach out to me asking me that, can you teach Bhagavad Gita to our children? Can you teach them shlokas? Can you teach them the concepts of Bhagavad Gita? Then I wonder, like, until you don't learn Bhagavad Gita, how can you expect your child to learn Bhagavad Gita? Isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes or
right,
no?
right, Mataji.
Yeah, but the problem is parents, they don't want to change their behavior. They don't want to give time to their to know what is their real self. They don't want to establish the relation, the lost relation with the Supreme Lord, but they want everything to happen with their children. So they want their children to learn nice shlokas. They want their children to recite nice shlokas. I don't say that is wrong, but that is also good, of course, rather than taking our children to a wrong path. If we are interested in teaching Bhagavad Gita to the children, that is good. But if we are looking at mobile on Instagram reels and Netflix, and if we want our children to be a proper, good, authentic, nice children, then would it be possible?
No, Mataji.
Because we need to learn.
Yeah, actually, the children, they don't learn by our words. They actually see our behavior and they learn from our behavior. So the teaching happens not by words, the teaching happens by our behavior, especially with the children. Okay, so we should be very careful with our behavior, so that there are many people outside who take us as role models, especially parents, teachers, and the political leaders are there should be very proper, because many people are getting influenced by them. Teachers, sorry, parents, they may influence their children. Teachers, they have the scope to influence the students in the complete class, whereas the political leaders, the leaders of the society, they have the influence, they can influence the complete nation. So if they are wrong, then they would set or they would give a wrong direction to all the people who are following them. So we should be ideal. Only then we can expect the people who are following us to be ideal. If we are going in the wrong direction, then we are actually setting a wrong example to the society. Okay. And also, we should be very careful in choosing our role models. So let's say if we choose a devotee as a role model, then what happens, usually when a person is not a devotee, then that person may behave properly in public, but when it comes to his private life, he can have a mess in his life, isn't it?
Yes, right, Mataji.
Right. So he might do good with proper attitude in the public, but when it comes to his the other phase of the life, he might do all nonsense. But when it comes to a devotee knows perfectly well that either it is outside or either within his home, he has a complete knowledge, or he is completely conscious that Krishna is watching me at every moment of my life. So when we are under CCTV surveillance, how is our behavior? We usually be very proper, right? Yes or no?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So whenever we see you are under CCTV surveillance, then we'll be very, very right in our behavior. So similarly, a devotee also, he knows that, of course, I may not be under CCTV surveillance, but I'm under Krishna surveillance 24/7, 365 days. Then automatically, what kind of behavior would he exhibit? Will it be exemplary or not to the society? Yes,
Not
no?
to the society.
Yeah, that's why when we take a devotee who is properly connected to Krishna, who is actually taking to this process, sadhana process, very seriously, then we can take that kind of devotees as our role model, so that we will never get doomed. We will also become one such sort of person, and the people who are trying to follow us will be setting a nice example to those people also. Okay. This is about exemplary. Yeah. So Krishna is saying finally, so Arjuna, so you said the right example. Don't leave the war field. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yudhyasva vigatajvaraha. Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me with full knowledge of me, without desires for profit, with no claims to proprietorship and free from lethargy, fight. So Krishna is saying, you will not be included, or you will not gonna get influenced by your sins, provided if you surrender all your works unto me. So you do your duty as a kshatriya, you fight the war, but leave or surrender all your results to me. That way you will not be bound by the results of doing this fighting. Okay. Yeah, and Krishna is saying another instruction here. Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanushtitat swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. So here Krishna is saying it is better you do your duty, Arjuna, if you try to take, or if you try to perform the duty of some other person. You see, Arjuna is a warrior and he is a householder. Now he want to take the duty of a renunciant. So Krishna is saying if you take someone else's duty, then for the time being, for few days you might act based on your willpower, you act for few days as a renunciant, but later after some point of time you see some wrong behavior in the society, then automatically a renunciant should be like he should continue his life based on begging basically, right? But when you are living the life of a renunciant, you are actually taking the duties of another person. That is not your swadharma. You are taking another man's duty. And what happens is, when you see the behavior of the opposite party to be wrong, then ideally your hands to be supposed to be like this. Then when you see something is wrong in others' behavior, your hands would take this position, isn't it? A renunciant is not supposed to be violent, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, but Arjuna, he is a warrior. So he has that blood. He cannot withstand when something is going wrong. Now he is saying, I cannot fight because these are my relatives. But that is not his nature, right? When something is going wrong in the society, his nature is he will definitely fight. So you might, for the time being, act as a renunciant, but you cannot stop yourself from being your own self, Arjuna. So better you do your duty. Even though by doing your duty, you are falsely doing your duty also, that is fine. But you don't take the other person's duty. Okay, that is what Krishna is saying to us also. So destruction in the course of performing one's own duty is better than engaging in another's duties, for to follow another's path is always dangerous. Okay. Yeah. Now Arjuna is asking a question. What is that question? Even though I know the best course of action, but what is that impels me to act improperly and against my good intelligence? So Arjuna is saying, okay, Krishna, as per scriptures, I'm knowing that we have to live in a particular way, but I don't know, something is pulling me or something is forcing me to do sinful activities. What is that thing? What is that thing which is forcing me to do or to indulge in sinful activities? I just want to know that. This Arjuna is asking. So by reading scriptures, we know that we have to live a dharmic way of life, but something is, pushing us to do sins. What is that? Let us see what Krishna is saying. That is the final letter of our today's session, which is E, enemy. Who is the enemy of the soul? Lust. Okay. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Kamaesha Krodayesha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahashano Mahapapma Vidyena Miha Vairinam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is the all devouring sinful enemy of this world. So basically, Arjuna, you are saying something is making you to forcefully do wrong things, do sinful activities. So you're asking, what is that? that is none other than lust. It is the enemy of the soul, Krishna is saying. So basically, yesterday also we discussed about this lust, right? When lust is not satisfied, it takes to the form of
Anger.
Anger.
anger, correct? When lust is satisfied, it takes the form of
Greed.
greed. Yes, that's correct. So Krishna is saying lust is the enemy. So why is Krishna saying lust is the enemy? Let us see. Yeah, and there are three coverings of lust. So first kind of covering is like a mirror covered by dust, and a fire covered by smoke, and embryo covered in womb. So mirror covered by dust, this part, this kind of covering would be there in animals basically. So, and fire covered by smoke, this kind of covering is there in human beings, and embryo covered in the womb, this kind of covering is there in trees. So when we come to this middle part, human beings, so fire covered by smoke is like uh, the lust is like this smoke basically. So when we fan the fire, then what happens? The smoke would be driven away, right? We see the fire to be putting on more and more. Yes or no?
Yes, Mataji.
So this is the covering of lust in the human species basically. So in the human life, we have got the right opportunity to overcome this lust. So what is the fanning of this dust in our life is taking to the path of bhakti, by taking to the Sanatana Dharma, the activities that we discussed in the Sanatana Dharma yesterday. By doing that, then we are actually, what we are actually doing is we are kindling that fire. Okay, by doing that, we are actually getting rid of the enemy of the soul, that is lust. How can we do that? We can see in the next slides. Yeah, this is one of the most important concepts of Bhagavad Gita. I would request you to please pay more attention here. Okay, so you see a chariot here, right?
Yes,
No?
Mataji.
Yes,
Yeah,
Mataji.
chariot. There are how many horses?
5.
5 horses. Okay, and the reins, where you see a driver here, right? The person who is
Yes.
sitting on the chariot controlling these horses, and there is a passenger in the chariot also. Okay, you see these 5 horses represent the 5 senses. What are the 5 senses? Eyes,
Eyes,
nose,
No,
ears,
nose,
skin,
ears,
tongue.
skin, tongue.
Okay, these are like horses. So what does it mean by the senses are like horses means? You see, when we hear something or when we see something or when we taste something, so we get the, we get the desire to experience it more and more. So they are like horses, they are pulling us here and there. Like, so when we hear something about, let's say, when we see a very beautiful sari, okay, let's say when we see a very beautiful sari or a necklace where our neighbor had bought that, then they might show it to us. I bought this sari or I bought this necklace. Then by just looking on that, we develop a desire. What is that? I also want that.
You
yeah.
want to buy?
Yeah, this is very nice. I also want that. So just by looking at something, one of the horses is pulling us. Yes or no? Here the horse
Yes.
represents the eyes. Let's say we hear something. So another friend calls to us and says that, hey,
That
we have actually purchased a plot in so and so area, and this is very nice here. We are living a very comfortable and opulent life here. So she calls us and she tells us this. Then what happens? We develop that desire. Yes
we
or no?
desire.
We get that desire that, okay, why am I living in this place? This place is not so good. I'm not feeling convenient and comfortable here. So I also want that kind of life. So you see what is happening? Another horse is pulling us. So all these senses are like these horses. So whenever they get an impulse, they would pull us in different directions. Okay. Let us see what is happening next. And the reins, you see these ropes where the driver is trying to control these horses. There are some reins here, right? The threads or the ropes that are tied to these horses, the reins, they represent the mind. So when the senses give us some inputs, ideally the mind should control them. But what happens is the mind also give given to them. So when I say something, then the mind says, okay, let us go that side. When ear says something, I want to go this way, the mind says, okay, let us go that way. When nose says something, I want this, then mind says, okay, fine, let us go that way. Then you know what is happening? The intelligence, the driver who is sitting on the chariot, he is bewildered. Let's say if the intelligence is not strong enough, then what happens to this chariot? They would go in different directions based on the direction of these horses. Let's say if this particular horse, the eye, the sense, the specific sense, the eye is pulling us in one direction. If the intelligence is not strong enough, then what happens? Our direction or our destiny, we might have thought of going in one direction. If this horse is not controlled, then we end up going in the same direction or we leave going into a different direction. What happens?
Different direction.
Different direction automatically, isn't it? So basically, we thought of going to one place, but since these horses along with the reins are not controlled, we are ending up going in different directions. So if the intelligence is strong enough, then it would be able to control the mind, it would be able to control the senses, and it knows what is the soul, the passenger who is sitting in the chariot, where does he want to go, so that I can drive him to that specific position. Okay, if the intelligence is strong enough, then our journey is very smooth and proper. He would be able to control it. But if the intelligence is also weak, then what happens? We end up landing in a complete different destination. You see, the soul is completely bewildered. So this complete chariot represents our body. You can just imagine this as a body. So we are sitting, this is our body is the chariot. Okay, our body is the chariot. The five senses, eyes, nose, ears, tongue and skin, are the horses. They are pulling us in different directions. And the mind, if the mind is strong enough and if it can control these senses, well and good. But if the mind is also not strong enough, and if it is just getting carried away by these senses, then what happens? Intelligence should be strong enough. Our intelligence should be strong enough. If intelligence is also not strong enough, then what happens is we get carried away by these desires. That's why the soul's destination, the journey of the soul, is not smooth in this body. Is it clear? The concept is clear, or is it confusing? No, not clear.
Yes, Mataji, it is
Yes.
clear.
Yes,
But one
Mataji.
or two times we want to listen about this topic, then only we will understand.
Okay. Can others also say their feedback? Is it clear, or you want some more clarity on this? This is very important topic. Clear? Okay, fine. Yeah, I see some, yeah, somebody is reacting here. Yeah, thank you so much. So basically, this chariot is representing our human body, and we as a soul, we have a destination to go. What is the destination? Yesterday I said soul's duty is to engage or establish our connection with the Supreme Lord, because we are parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. We have to do our duties as a service to the Supreme Lord. But what is happening is the senses, along with mind, along with our weak intelligence, are not allowing us to take the direction towards the Supreme Lord. Hence, when somebody says to us to perform bhakti, who is the first one to oppose? Identify who is the first one to oppose? It is our mind, isn't it?
Mind.
Yes or no? When somebody says you to listen to Bhagavad Gita classes, who is the first one who opposes? It is our mind. Yeah, because it knows when we take to that path, then automatically I don't have the chance to win. Now I have all the chance. Now I am controlling this soul. But when this soul gets the opportunity to listen to Bhagavad Gita, to chant the holy names of the Lord, to come to the devotee association, then done, gone case. My desires will not be satisfied anymore. So basically, falsely we are identifying our mind, our senses as ourself, and we are getting carried away by their desires. That's why our journey in this material world, in this world, is becoming very troublesome, very suffering, very miserable. But when we get to know our real identity and when we get to know who are the enemies, most of the times we feel that our enemy is outside. This person is our enemy, that person is our enemy, our boss is our enemy, our in laws are our enemies, right? Isn't it? Generally, we feel like this. But we can, just by reading Bhagavad Gita, we can understand that our enemies are not outside. Our enemies are right there sitting within our body. The senses, the mind are our enemies. So, what we have to do? We have identified the enemy. We need to have our mechanism to fight with the enemy, isn't it? Yes or no? Just getting to know about the enemy is one part to the story. We need to have the strength to fight with the enemy and to win over the enemy, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, let us see what is Krishna saying for that. Yeah, you see, this is the hierarchy. The same thing, the same example with hierarchy. So objects of sensual pleasure. So and then the senses are there. It is there, and then the hierarchy goes like this. When the senses see the objects of the sensual pleasure, so when they see a gulab jamun, our tongue gets provoked, isn't it? So that is like a provocation of one of the horses, one of the senses. And what happens? The mind, if it has the capability to control the senses, then it can control it, fine, no problem. But the mind along with the senses, they are pulling us away from our destination. Again, the next level to the mind is the intellect. If the intelligence is strong enough, then it would be able to control the mind and the senses. But if the intelligence itself is weak, then what happens is the soul becomes helpless. You see that example in the chariot? The soul was bewildered, confused. What is happening? Where am I supposed to go? And where am I going here? Where am I being pulled here? I have been placed in this chariot of the human body, but where am I going? I'm going in different directions. But my destination, my journey is not supposed to be in this direction. I have to go towards Krishna. That is the purpose of human life. But where am I going? I'm going after my desires. I'm going after my pleasures. I'm going after my enjoyment in this world. That is not what a soul wants. Okay? Yeah. Now we have identified the places of lust where our enemy is sitting. You can see the places of lust are the senses, the mind, and the intelligence. But now, how can we control or how can we get the strength to fight with the enemy? For the senses, we can control them by actually involving or doing devotional service. Okay? When we use our limbs to serve the Supreme Lord, like when we use our skills and talents and abilities to serve the Supreme Lord, then the senses would automatically become controlled. They would not they would not be left with the same capacity of provoking us again now. So for the senses, the weapon that we have is doing the devotional activities, doing the devotional service. And actually basically involving our physical limbs to serve the Supreme Lord. And for the mind, it is the mantra. Manah trayate iti mantraha means if there is anything in the whole world that can control the mind, it is just the mantra. Nothing can control the mind. As I said, our mind, when our mind is controlled, then it is our best friend. It will give all right thoughts and right directions, and our life will be simply superb. But the problem is our mind is not controlled. So it is the worst enemy in our lives. So that's why when you have seen the movie of Mahavatar Narsimha, Prahlad says to his father, so if at all you want to win over your enemies, you win over your six anarthas, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. They're actually emanating from your mind. You are trying to win over all the three worlds, but winning over the three worlds is not a big thing, but actually you have to win over your mind. Our mind is our biggest enemy. So the only way to counteract the effects of the mind is by taking to the process of chanting. By chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is the only medicine for the mind. There is no other medicine to control the mind. Okay. And for the intellect, as I said, when the mind gets carried away with the senses, at least we should have a strong intelligence to control the mind. And for the intelligence, we need the spiritual knowledge. So the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge of the scriptures is needed so that intelligence would become stronger and intelligence take over the mind. If the intelligence is weak, then mind takes over the intelligence and mind would pull us to in different directions. Okay. When the intelligence is strong, it says to mind, no, you are asking all these desires, but you are not supposed to go there. So I'm not sanctioning it. Your request is rejected. So you are not supposed to go there. When does it happen? When our intelligence is strong enough, then it would have the capacity or ability to control the mind. So for that, we need to have this spiritual knowledge, the Bhagavad Gita knowledge, scriptural knowledge. Only then our intelligence would be smart enough to control the mind. So basically, we have identified the places of lust and we have also identified or we have also got to know the process of winning over our enemy. For senses, it is physically doing service for the Lord. For mind, it is mantra chanting, mantra meditation. For intelligence, it is the spiritual knowledge. Okay. Yeah, defeat the enemy. So basically, by doing bhakti, by doing devotional service, we can defeat this enemy. How? By following the ABCD formula. So one of the Matajis was asking this question yesterday. How can we realize our true self? How can we connect to ourself? Yes or no? Yesterday, one of the Matajis was asking. I'm not sure if Mataji is there in the session or not today. Yeah, I don't think Mataji is there in the class. Anyways, let us continue. So, what is this ABCD formula? A stands for association with right people. So, when we associate with devotees, what happens is they would encourage us to lead a sattvic life. Okay, we are decided, or our nature is decided by the top 5 people we associate with. Do you know this? When we associate with bad people, automatically our nature would be influenced by those people. The same thing works with the devotees also. When we associate with devotees, even though we don't have the desire to chant, or even though we don't have the desire to listen to Bhagavad Gita, but when we are constantly associating with devotees, won't that desire would develop in us gradually? Yes or no?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, association is really, really important. So even though we might be weak in the other aspects, but just simply by associating with devotees, with right set of people, we can easily take to the other limbs. Like what are the other limbs? B stands for books. Books mean reading Bhagavad Gita regularly. By this, we can sharpen our intelligence. And C is chanting the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So ABCD, C stands for chanting and D is diet. So watch what you eat. So before you eat anything, try to offer it to the Supreme Lord. Try to take the sattvic food. Okay. So when we take Rajasic and Tamasic foods, then Jaisa and Vaisaman. That means whatever we take, that same nature we attain. So we should be very cautious in taking the food. If we take whatever we feel like taking, then automatically we become like that and we would not be able to control our mind and the senses. So on one of our sessions, I told you, right? GIGO. GIGO principle means good in, good out. If we give good inputs, either by food, either by hearing, either by looking, either by smelling, either through our sense of touch, if we give good inputs, then we automatically become good. If we give them garbage, if we feed them with nonsense, then we automatically would behave in that way. Okay, so ABCD is the formula: association, books, chanting, and diet. Okay, this is how we can get the strength to win over our enemy, that is the lust. Okay, so let us just have a quick recap of what we have discussed today. So the third chapter name is Karma Yoga. The acronym given to this is TREE, T-R-E-E. T stands for Tyaga. In Tyaga, we have discussed about false renunciation and true renunciation. False renunciation, where the mind is not controlled, but still if we take to the renunciation, we become a disturbance to the society. We are pretending actually. But in the true renunciation, we have got the control of the mind, then you can actually take to the path of renunciation. But for Arjuna, Krishna suggested to take the path of action, action with knowledge. And how are we supposed to do our action? Work performed as a sacrifice for Vishnu to be performed. We have to offer our work, the results of our work to Krishna and Vishnu. And we have to make sure that we follow the Yagna cycle. So the best way to do the Yagna, to participate or follow the Yagna cycle is offering the food to Krishna and doing the Japa Yagna, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay, and exemplary. So we should be watchful of or thoughtful of our activities because if we set the right examples, then the people who are following us would be given a right direction. But if we set wrong example, then whoever are following us would be doomed. And the last E would be enemy, the lust. So what is the thing that is making or forcing us to do sinful activities is this lust. And this lust is being resided in senses, mind, intelligence. These are the three places of lust. And for senses, how can we win over this enemy? By actually physically doing devotional activities. For mind, how can we win over the lust through mind? By actually doing mantra meditation. For intelligence, it is scriptural reading. By that way, we can win over this enemy lust. Okay. Yes, let us all chant 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Yes, we have completed third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and we have also got to know that our mind is our enemy, and the only way we can counteract this enemy is by chanting the holy names. So let us start by chanting the holy name, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times. Okay? Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much, Matajis. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल।
Mataji, one small doubt. Can you?
Yes, Mataji. Please tell me, Mataji.
Here, Krishna says, you should do your dharma as you belongs to Kshatriya. Like that, he said. Nowadays, we are doing different things. Vaishyas are doing business. They're supposed to, in Bhagavad Gita also, it is supposed to be. Sudras are serving to others. So nowadays we are not doing proper way of that things, Mataji. So is it correct or we are deviating?
Yeah. Tomorrow in the 4th chapter, we will discuss about this Varnashrama duties and all, Mataji. Tomorrow I'll answer this question.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, no problem, Mataji.
Yeah. Any more questions? Is it clear? Is it a heavy class?
Wonderful session, ma'am.
Wonderful session.
Thank you so much.
Mataji, my friends also joined in this class, Mataji. They expressed their happiness with me.
Very nice.
You were explaining very easily and very understandable. So they are excited to share the experience.
Hari bol, Hari bol. Thank you so much, Mataji, for referring your friends to this course.
Yes.
Mataji, just wanted to ask,
Yes, Mataji.
like the reasons for lust are senses, mind, and intelligence, and ABCD is there. So I just want to just dwell upon that. If we are associated with the right people, then it will definitely help us to get the right information through our senses. And mind will be also in the right direction, and
No,
intelligence will also increase.
yeah. By associating with the people, we try to look at their lifestyle, Mataji. So when we associate with devotees, we see their lifestyle, how they are able to control their urges, how they are able to control their senses, how they are able to control their mind. We see their ways, we see their sadhana basically. So they're actually utilizing their limbs in the service of the Lord. That's how they are controlling their senses. They're actually taking to the process of sadhana, japa sadhana. So we usually do this mantra meditation. We
Yeah,
have this japa bead bag and we chant mantra, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So we can, by associating with devotees, maybe today we don't have the desire to chant, but by associating with devotees, we start developing this desire. Okay, let me also try this. Maybe just few times I'll try to recite this mantra, chant this mantra. So we get that desire, Mataji. Based on our association, we develop that kind of desires, and automatically we start following everything in the ABCD principle.
oh, okay.
Yes,
Got it, got
Mataji.
it. And reading Bhagavad Gita, we are increasing our intelligence,
Yes,
right?
that's
And
correct.
then chanting the names of the Lord, we are actually using our senses properly,
Chanting the names of the Lord is like controlling our mind. Okay.
controlling our mind.
Huh. Using the
Okay, okay.
senses properly means using our senses. Let's say now I'm using my speaking skill, right?
Right,
This
right.
is also one of the way I can speak something else, right? I can speak something related to my personal life. But now we are using this ability to speak about the Lord. This way,
Right,
I will get purified. I can use
right.
my hands to do some other activity. But if I just use my hands to cook boga for the Lord, to clean the temple of the Lord, to actually make some nice garlands for the Lord, to make some nice dresses for the Lord, these are all like actually we are engaging our senses for the service of the Lord. So that way we
Right,
can
right,
control the urges of the senses, Mataji.
right. And in the diet also, if we are
Diet
eating the
also.
sattvic food, that also
Sattvic food?
sends our tongue.
Sattvic. Yeah, please.
No.
Yeah,
Means I mean to
you
say,
can ask
tongue
your question.
is. Yeah, I'm
Yes,
just telling that
we'll be
tongue
able
is
to
a
control
sense.
the tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Mm.
Right.
Not
Thank you.
just the
Good.
sattvic food, basically by offering the food to the Supreme Lord, the sattvic food to the Supreme Lord, the food becomes sanctified, Mataji. Even for
Oh,
the preparation of the sattvic food, there is some sin involved. As I said, by just boiling the milk, the
right.
bacteria is getting killed.
Killed.
While cooking vegetarian food, also there is some harm that is happening. But by offering the
It
food to
becomes.
the Supreme Lord, what happens is Krishna takes away the sin that is there in the cooking process, and he gives his mercy through the food. And by accepting that food, automatically we become sanctified, Mataji. Our tongue comes into control. Okay, the biggest
Yes.
sense to control is the tongue. And for the tongue,
Yes.
there are only two ways. One way is chanting the holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is one way. And the other way to control the tongue is taking the prasadam or food offered to the Lord. These are the best ways to control the tongue. There is no other way to
Right.
control this
Right.
tongue. Most of the problems are with our tongue, isn't it? We
Yes.
speak something in a wrong time. We vent out our anger. We say some unnecessary words in a situation, and we end up facing a lot of trouble. But by
Yes.
doing these two activities, trust me, chanting and taking the food that is offered to Krishna,
Prasad.
your tongue would be like super controlled. This is the best way to control the tongue. Most of the problems would be solved. Yes,
Okay.
Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your
Thank
wonderful questions. Thank you. Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Mataji, prasada means can we offer the food at our home also?
Yes,
That
Mataji.
okay.
Yes, definitely. You can. In the further chapters, we have some set of slides where I can tell you how you can offer the food to the Lord, and there would be few set of mantras. We can recite the mantras, and I'll tell you the procedure how to offer the food to the Lord, and you can start accepting that food. And it is going to work miracles, Mataji, because few devotees they say that Mataji, I know the value of bhakti, but my children are not listening to it. So few Matajis they would complain. So I am actually chanting the mantra, I am actually reading Bhagavad Gita, but my children are not so favorable to this. So they are against all this. Then we say, don't force them to chant, don't force them to read, but you do one thing. you offer the food to the Lord and you feed them the prasadam. So gradually they would also get interested in Bhakti Mataji, because that food is nothing but the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So uh, we are giving the food which is having some sin there, but Krishna is so merciful that he takes away the sin from the food and he gives us the mercy, his love in the food. And then when we accept that food, we automatically see the transformation in the people who are accepting the prasadam Mataji. So prasadam is very powerful. And the easy way, no? So if we say someone to chant, or if we say someone to read, they might object it. But if we say someone to have food, then nobody would object it, right? Yeah. So it's an easy way to transform a person. Yeah.
Mataji, suppose if we are reading Bhagavad Gita, can we use garlic or onion, or we should not use?
Reading Bhagavad Gita, you can eat garlic and onion, not a problem, Mataji. But generally, garlic and onion does not come in the sattvic food, Mataji. They would increase the mode of passion and ignorance in us. So, people who are practicing devotion, they would generally avoid onion and garlic, Mataji.
Okay,
So
Mataji.
we'll have all these instructions in the further sessions. But for reading Bhagavad Gita, for chanting the holy names of the Lord, you don't stop it. Just because you are taking onion and garlic, so if you don't stop listening to Bhagavad Gita, reading Bhagavad Gita, chanting the holy names, you don't stop it. But for this Kanti Mala, you see this is Tulasi Mala, Kanti Mala. So if
Yes, Mataji.
anybody want to wear this Kanti Mala, then they are not at all supposed to take onion and garlic. They're not supposed to take non-vegetarian, not supposed to take eggs, fish, anything, or they're not even supposed to take tea and coffee.
Okay, Mataji.
Yeah, yes, Mataji.
Mataji, one small doubt. Second chapter, that Arjuna, you said that Devatas, Kauravas, Gandharvas. It's a Nivataka Vasa that I did not understand.
Nivata Kavachas, this is like one of the groups, Mataji. They had actually won over Devatas.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
Nivata Kavachas is such a strong group that they have got the capacity to win over the Devatas also. But Arjuna is so powerful that he had even won over Nivata Kavachas. So I mentioned this to tell you the capacity or the strength and ability of Arjuna.
Thank you,
Yes.
Mataji. And when we have to do japa, is that compulsory to bag should be there compulsory?
This bead bag. Basically, we will have this chanting beads, Mataji. So these are the beads.
Okay, Mataji.
So we keep these beads in this bead bag. So basically, these bead bags are like we everyday chant our 16 rounds. So Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is there, right?
Yes,
So the
Mataji.
full mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is one mantra.
Yes,
So
Mataji.
when you see this beads, there are 108 beads in this chain. Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
So we hold each bead and we say that mantra. So I am holding this bead and saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Again, I move to the next bead, I repeat the same mantra. I move to the next bead, I repeat the same mantra. Like this, there are 108 beads in this bead, in this
Mala.
Okay, Japamala, yes. And once I complete this one, again, I will restart the round again. So once I complete this one round of Japamala, this is like one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is completed. Again, we start another round. We do like this 16 rounds every day, Mataji. So if you want to do this japa, the chanting, basically we have to do, because we understood how our mind is our enemy, and in order to control our mind, we definitely need this chanting. Trust me, Mataji, I have taken to this process of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra almost 2.5 or 3 years back. 3 years back, I was literally not aware of what is ISKCON also. So I got to know about ISKCON just 3 years back, and from then on, I started chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We can see a lot of difference in us, Mataji. And even understanding the concepts of Bhagavad Gita, understanding the spiritual knowledge also, it will be very, very deep, Mataji. By just chanting these holy names, if we parallelly chant the holy names and read Bhagavad Gita, the kind of understanding that we get is awesome, Mataji. But if we don't take to this process of chanting, and if we just try to read Bhagavad Gita, then we would not get so much enlightenment, Mataji. So
Okay.
it's very, so we get to know where are we going wrong.
Okay.
So most of the times, uh, when we don't chant, we try to identify the mistake in others. But
Yes,
once
ma'am.
we start chanting, we realize that the mistake is not outside. The mistake is because, yeah, my nature is not correct. I am not correct, and I am expecting something from them. It is my mistake. So let me try to correct me. If you want to correct others, if you want to correct the world, it is not possible. But if you
Yes.
want to correct yourself, it is in your hands only.
Yes,
And the
ma'am.
way to correct yourself is by chanting the
Japa.
holy names, Mataji, by japa.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
So Mataji, so without Japamala also can we just chant?
If you don't have Japamala for the time being, you can chant Mataji. But ideal way is, if you don't have the Japamala, then if you want to count, make a count of how many rounds you are doing, then you might have to note it by fingers, or you might have to count it. But that again
Right.
takes your memory, right? Takes your consciousness. By having this Japamala, it will be just easy. You can
Yeah,
just
you will be
move your beats
focusing
like
on.
this, and you can just focus on the mantra, Mataji. So the best way is to have Japamala, one Japamala for us, and we can chant on it, Mataji.
Okay. Thank
Yeah. Any other questions? Hope you're liking the sessions, and hope you're getting to know things which you are not aware earlier.
Yes,
And
It's really wonderful
yes,
sessions, Mataji.
Mataji.
you.
Hare
Absolutely.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. Please tell me.
Hare
మాది
Krishna
విలేజ్
Mataji.
మాతాజీ. ఇక్కడ మేము వికారాబాద్ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ తాండూరు అక్కడ ఉంటాం.
Okay.
అంటే మా అక్క కొడుకు ఉన్నాడు అక్కడ. ఇస్కాన్లోకి వెళ్ళి భక్తిలో చేస్తుండు. అంటే తనని చూసి నేను నేర్చుకొని ఇప్పుడు మీ లైవ్ క్లాస్ కు వచ్చాను. ఇప్పుడే స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నా మాతాజీ.
Very cool. Very nice, Mataji. Very happy, Mataji. We never know how we get introduced to Bhakti. So, yeah, if we at all get the opportunity to know what is happening with us, who is our enemy, how much this mind is influencing us, how much this mind is causing trouble to us, and what is the need for japa, taking to the holy names of the Lord, if we understand all this, then it is like a very huge transformation, Mataji. Very happy to know this from you, Mataji. So I would request everyone to take to this process of chanting. So as I said, getting this knowledge is one aspect, and living with the knowledge that we have received is another aspect. And the best way to live as per the instructions of Bhagavad Gita is start chanting the holy names.
నేను డైలీ ఓన్లీ వన్ టైం మాత్రమే చేస్తా.
That's fine, Mataji. That's fine, Mataji. You start with only one round. You can gradually increase. Maybe after a month, you can increase to another round, Mataji. So don't start with more number of rounds. Start with only one round. Yeah. Again, when a month passes by, you can just increase another round, Mataji. Okay.
సరే మాతాజీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Mataji, I have one doubt. Like,
Yes.
I'm like I'm very devotional to Krishna, and I will believe in Krishna, and then I'll control my senses without doing chanting or like servicing to God like that.
No,
but
that is not. Okay.
Like every time I'm remembering that Krishna is watching me.
Okay.
I'm doing in a right way, like I'm remembering him by remembering him without chanting like this? Can I do?
The problem is, we might think that we can remember him and we can control our urges or we can control our mind by remembering Krishna. But the best way to follow or the remember Krishna is by actually following the instructions given by Krishna Mataji. So if we love someone, then what we do? We do the things that are actually liked by them. Yes. So let's say when we love our children, when our children says, "Amma, I'm hungry today. Can you make this food for me?" And if we say, "No, no, no, I will not make this food for you, but I just love you." When we say this, will that be expressed as love?
No, no.
No. So when our love would be expressed is when we actually do the things that are being said by our loved ones. So Krishna is saying, you have to chant my names. This mind is your enemy. You have to take to the chanting of the names. You have to read Bhagavad Gita. So scriptures are given for the same purpose, Mataji. So until we read the scriptures, our intelligence cannot be strong. Maybe right at this moment you are thinking that I'm able to control the mind, but we never know. Maybe the next second the mind would take the power and it will overrule the intelligence and we will be pulled down again. So basically, there is a process given to us by Krishna in this Bhagavad Gita. So we have to take to this process. Only then we say that we are actually loving Krishna. We are actually connected to Krishna. Okay.
Okay, Mataji.
Yes.
Thank
so
you,
much,
Mataji.
Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
But I want some instructions, Mataji, how to follow these rules.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. What I'll do is in further courses, basically, when we start discussing about Bhakti Yoga, we have some set of instructions like how to take to the process of chanting, how to hold the beads, how to chant this mantra, what is this mantra. So everything I will clear you, Mataji, in further sessions.
Okay, Mataji.
Okay.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Mataji, why it is like sometimes we feel so interested in chanting, and sometimes it's like why do we need to chant? Why is it like this?
We'll procrastinate, Mataji.
Yeah, yes, Mataji. That is natural, Mataji. So sometimes we get a lot of interest to chant. Sometimes it is like, oh my God, why do I have to chant? This is a natural feeling, Mataji. But this feeling, this ups and downs would be there only for a few, some time, Mataji. I don't say how much time it is. It depends on person to person. But this ups and downs, like sometimes we like chanting, sometimes we don't like it. But even though you like it or you don't like it, even though you feel like chanting or you don't feel like chanting, we still have to chant. So basically, our mind, when we give right association on a given day, let's say we associate with devotees, we have participated in nice kirtan, and we have listened to a very beautiful class on the holy names, the power of these holy names, the importance of chanting in our life, then automatically on the day and the very next day, we feel motivated to chant. Yes or no, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Yesterday, I was in temple, Mataji. I chanted everything, but today I didn't.
Yeah, yes. That's why I'm saying all these are important. We have to associate, we have to read, we have to chant, we have to have the proper diet, we have to hear Katha, Harikatha every day. When we do all this, then we get the strength to chant Mataji. Sometimes, even after doing this, we don't feel like chanting also, but still, we just have to show to Krishna that even though I like to chant or I don't like to chant, but still I will chant because I know that this is the only medicine to control my mind. There is no other way. If I don't chant, then I'm actually giving way to my mind to rule me. So when our mind takes over, then what happens is we will become prey to our anarthas. So lust, anger, greed, all this would act on us. So my only medicine or my only uh, path to control this mind is this chanting. So even though I like it or I don't like it, I'll do it. So in order to make it more interesting, what we have to do is we have to associate, we have to hear, we have to read. All these things would give us a proper interest on chanting, Mataji. So this should be our daily routine. Like if we hear about Krishna or Harikatha once in a week, and if we try to chant, then that would not be so uh, uh, interesting. But if we take out some time, 15-20 minutes every day, and try to hear to Harikatha, importance of chanting and all, then automatically you will get the strength to chant, Mataji.
Okay,
And one more
Mataji.
thing, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yeah, yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the session. I hope the concepts are clear. If you have any questions, you can just think of the concepts that we have discussed today, and you can come up with questions tomorrow also. Okay. I'm going to post the questions, the quiz questions tomorrow. So please be ready to answer them. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Dandavat pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.